Ciao a tutti. Welcome to WordCamp Euro 2024. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to be learning about keywords research, and we have two amazing girls from Yoast that they are going to tell us more about them. So please join us, Camille and Flori. Flori, right?
Glory. Yeah.
Welcome. So please a round of applause for them. Enjoy.
Thank you. All right, there we go. Welcome, everyone. And how nice is it to see that so many of you are here. And I also see a lot of laptops, which is very nice for this workshop. I'll promise you, you're going to use them. So before we get started, how many of you have done keyword research before? Can you show your hands? Oh, that's a lot of hands. Let's see if we can learn them something new today. We hope that after this workshop, you'll, well, maybe learn new things, but at least have like a very effective way of doing keyword research and get maybe some new insights, some tools to, well, dive into your own keyword research again and get started with it. So, yeah, let's get started. So, let's introduce ourselves. Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille Cunningham. I work as a content specialist at Yoast for 4 years now. I'm really enjoying myself, and my work revolves around content. So that means creating new content, reviewing content by other people, but also doing keyword research. So that's also why I'm here together with Flori.
Yeah, and my name is Flori. I'm the director of marketing at Yoast, so I'm responsible for everything around marketing, including keyword research. At Yoast, we have this very big marketing team, and I'm super happy to be the lead of that. So, a few things before we actually start. On your table before you, there should be lying a handout. This handout has the assignments we're going to do in this workshop, and you can also take it with you when we're done. There's no need to do anything with it right now. Well, keep your laptop near, which I see most of you have done already, so that's a good start. And if you didn't bring a laptop, don't be afraid, you can also use your phone.
All right.
All right, so what can you expect from this workshop? We'll start by breaking down some of the basics of SEO and of keyword research. You'll learn the steps you need to conduct a keyword research strategy. And during the workshop, as I already mentioned, we'll have some assignments and you'll work on these individually. But during that time that you'll work on them, we'll also walk around and answer questions if needed. We also have a couple of more Yoasters in their nice purple t-shirts that can also answer some of your questions, since we are a pretty big group today. So please don't hesitate to reach out. And by the end of the workshop, you actually have something to take with you. And that's not only that nice printed handout that's already on your table, but also an actionable list of keywords that you can actually start writing for. So that should actually help you to create a more effective and optimized content for your website. And if you have questions during the parts where we are explaining stuff, just raise your hand and we'll try to go in and answer them directly.
Yeah, sometimes maybe shout because the light's on us. So if you have a question, let us know. Okay, so let's start with the absolute basics of SEO keyword research. So what does SEO stand for? I'm assuming everyone knows. It officially stands for Search Engine Optimization. At Yoast, we sometimes say it also stands for seriously effortful optimization, because it takes a lot of work. Ranking in the top position of the search results is what SEO is all about. So this means optimizing your site for search engines like Google, Bing, or Yahoo. So it has a higher chance of ranking high in their search results. In this workshop, we'll mostly talk about Google, but essentially we mean all the search engines, because they're quite similar in how they work. We do realize that nowadays SEO isn't just Google. We also know that other platforms, social media, are becoming their own search engines, but it's still very important to have a good website, good content, and to know what kind of keywords you need to write about. So it's still relevant to do keyword research. So search engines want to help people find what they're looking for. They save websites they come across in their index. When a user searches, it ranks pages in the index based on their relevance. So sites that are considered most relevant to the search query someone is using will be shown at the top of the search results. That's why we at Yoast believe in holistic SEO. Your primary goal should be to build and maintain the best possible website. That means working on technical SEO, great user experience, awesome content, and matching your content to your audience, which is where keyword research comes in. So, what exactly is keyword research? It's about finding the right keywords for your site so you can optimize your content for the keywords that your audience is using. A keyword or a key phrase is the search term that describes the content on your page best. So when people search for that term, you want them to find your page. So, bit of an easy example, but imagine you have a website about pancakes and you want to write a long article about the history of pancakes. The most obvious keyword could be pancake, but it could also be history of pancakes. It's a more specific keyword. We'll go into why why you should choose a more specific one or a more general one a bit later. But the idea is that you optimize the text for that search term. It means you incorporate the key phrase in important places in your text, so that search engines can quickly see what your text is about.
Keyword research should actually be the first step of every SEO strategy. Before you write content for your website, you need to think about the search terms that you want to be found for. It doesn't make any sense to optimize for content for words that people don't use, or specifically that your target audience doesn't use. So you need to determine upfront what your site should be ranking for. And this means getting inside people's heads. And that sounds maybe a bit odd, but it's just about knowing which words they use when they are searching. It's about coming up with this extensive list that you want your site to rank for. But what does proper keyword research look like? I mean, that's why we're here, right? Let's look at those steps together. Step 1 of keyword research is writing down your mission statement. Why is writing down your mission statement so important? Well, it actually helps you clarify what you want to achieve with your website. So this is actually like the step before you going into those keywords. And your mission actually gives you a direction. So in the content you want to create, for example. And for the sake of time, we won't go into your mission statement during this keyword research, but we assume that you at least have a general idea of what your mission is. So moving on to step 2 of keyword research. That is all about your audience. And why is thinking about your audience important? I already said, like getting into people's heads. Well, you need to know into which people's heads you want to go, because you can't be selling or writing or whatever the goal of your website is to everyone. Your audience is never everyone. And yes, your audience can consist of lots of different people with lots of different interests, but most of the time, a few factors will be the same. For example, their location, or their interests or challenges, or other identifiers, such as types of media that they use. For keyword research, the most important thing is knowing what people's problems are and what they run into. So their needs, and what kind of words do they use to find a solution for their problem? Think about that when you're brainstorming for keywords.
All right, so step 3, it's time to come up with your actual keywords and key phrases. So how do you go about that? The easiest way is to just start brainstorming. Make a list of the keywords and key phrases you want to be found for with your website. There are some tools that can help with that, so we'll go through a few of them together, and we have a few other ones in the handout as well. First one is simply Google search results. Just type in a word related to your topic, and you can see suggestions popping up right away. Second tool is our Yoast Suggest tool. You can use that for free. It uses the Google Suggest functionality, and it finds keyword expansions. It actually goes by letter in the alphabet. It's a really long list. You don't have to do all of them, but it gives you good inspiration of keywords you might not have thought of yourself. The third one is Google Trends, which allows you to compare traffic for sets of keywords. It compares the search volume between search terms over a certain time as well. And like I said, there are loads of other tools. We can't go into them all. So look at the handout as well, but these three can get you started quite well. So it's time to look at our handout and time to get started with the first assignment. We've discussed a few different tools. I would say have a look at them, start brainstorming, come up with your own first list of key phrases. You have 10 minutes, but like we said, just ask us if we can help you figure out what would be interesting keywords. We also have Lotte here and Judith, and they can also help you answer any questions. And I would say, let's get started.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
All right, good luck. Oh yeah, sorry, if you don't have a pen, we have some lying about.
I think it is now.
Yes.
Perfect. Now everyone can hear us, so the 10 minutes are already over. Thanks for all your questions. I really hoped that you at least have like a little keyword list to start with. And we're going to figure out which ones you should actually start writing for. So that will be the next part of our workshop. And in order to determine which ones you should first focus on, we're going to look at a few things. First up is traffic potential. So what is traffic potential? With traffic, we mean the amount of people that visit your website. So with traffic potential, we mean the potential amount of people that can visit your website, so by clicking through from the search results. When looking at traffic potential, you're looking at how popular a specific search term is and how much is being searched for. So how do you determine traffic potential for your keyword or key phrase? This can be tricky because of lots of data on search volume is not available in free tools. Luckily, we can use a few tools that we mentioned before to actually get an idea of traffic potential. So Camilla already mentioned Google Trends. And this tool actually gives you an idea on how popular a specific key phrase is. This graph shows you how many people search for that term throughout a period of time. You can also filter per country if that's something that you're interested in. And you can also play with the period of time you want to look at. And if you scroll down, you also see the popularity of the term per region. This tool allows you to fill in multiple keywords and compare them with each other, so you can see which one actually has the higher traffic potential. Another tool you can use is Google Ads Keyword Planner. You can get access to this tool by signing up for a Google Ads account if you don't have one already. And this tool relies on what the monthly search volume is for that specific key phrase. And this gives you a good idea of the traffic potential as well. Another tool is SEMrush. In the Yoast SEO plugin, if you're using it, we have an integration with SEMrush, so you can easily use it whenever you're updating your post or page. But you can also go through their website and use it over there. It will give you an estimate of the search volume, and you can choose for which country and device you want to see the search volume. All right, let's get to work again. So it's time to score the key phrases that you have listed on your page or on your laptop with the amount of potential traffic. We use a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being very low traffic, 10 being very high traffic. So look at the list that you have written down, go into the tools and just rank them on 1 to 10. So we've written down an example here. So you see for these 5 options, we've looked at the traffic potential in the table, and you see that the history of pancakes has very low volume, so not a lot of people are searching for this term, but looking at pancake, which obviously is something people do look for a lot. So let's get started. You have 5 minutes for this. Good luck.
Feel free to ask us to think along with this, because it can be tricky to start with. But hello?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, time flew by again.
Yes, sorry, we only have 45 minutes, so hoping we get you started, but we have to move on to the next step. So it's time for the fifth step, and that is ranking potential. So what is ranking potential? Unfortunately, you can't just look at traffic potential when deciding which key phrases will get you the most results. You also need to take your competition into account. Can you compete with the websites that are ranking for your key phrases? That is your ranking potential, the chance of your page ranking for a specific key phrase. So, how do you determine your ranking potential? This is an easy one. We're going to start by looking at the search results. So you can just go to Google, fill in your key phrase in the search bar, and check out the results that are shown. Which websites are the top results? Are these big names? Can you compete with what's shown there? Can you create content that will show up in the top results? Don't get discouraged if you see a lot of big names here. It can just mean that it's better to choose with a more specific key phrase first. So checking out the competition might take a bit of time at first, so we would suggest starting with your top 5 key phrases and use these and your common sense to also get an idea of the potential for your other terms. All right, another assignment. Like I said, determine the ranking potential for your top 5 key phrases by checking out the competition in the search results. The scoring is sort of the same. 1 stands for low ranking potential, so not seeing yourself between these results at the top. And 10 is that there's a high ranking potential. You have 5 minutes. Let us know if we can think along, and good luck. Okay. I have to. Oh, there she is. We were worried you were gone.
Yeah, I ran out. Too much potential.
So that's unfortunately our 5 minutes already. Goes by really quick. And it's time for the final step.
Yeah, it's an easy one. So you've already worked pretty hard. I had some very nice questions, so thanks for all of that. We are now going to prioritize the traffic potential and the ranking potential you've written down. So you should have, for at least most of the keywords you've listed down, both that traffic potential and that ranking potential. To actually see which keywords you should start writing for, we're going to simply add them up. So traffic potential plus ranking potential is priority. Very easy. It might be that you have a very long list of keywords. Just start with the ones you think are the most, will be the highest scores. Adding up shouldn't be too much work, so I think you should be able to get through it.
Yeah.
And the keywords that have the highest score are the ones you should start with for your website. So let's add them up. We're not talking anymore. It's time for you to add them up and make sure that you mark the top 3 with the highest scores.
Yeah.
So 5 more minutes, and here an example as well. You can see our pancakes healthy is here our most important keyword that we have. So that should be the one that we would say start writing for. And then pancake and pancake mix. No, that's not right. Pancake and the history of pancakes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay, we hope adding up wasn't too hard to do. So we're almost at time. Let's move to the conclusion.
Yes, it's time to wrap up for today. So to quickly recap, you learned the basics of SEO keyword research. We went through the steps together really quickly, and we ended up with a first list of keywords for your website, hopefully. So now what? The idea is that when you go home, you continue working on your keyword research, but also start writing for your top key phrases. That's why we said that it's important to look at the top 5. If you want to dive deeper into keyword research, we have a QR code on the handout. I think it's at the end. Yes, and that gives you free access to Yoast SEO Academy for 2 months. You can find a full keyword research course there, and you can do that in your own time. So I would suggest having a look at that. And if you have any questions that come up now or later, feel free to email me at camilla@yoast.com. Or send us a message on X.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. It was very great to see so many of you in the room, seeing all of you think about your keyword strategy, putting in the work. And I think I speak for the both of us that we are really thankful that you would have us today and that we really enjoyed ourselves. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, in name of WordCamp Hero, guys, I'm gonna give you a little present.
Oh,
So
thank
this is for you.
you.
Can
Thank
you
you.
please post in the middle here?
Good.
Congrats,
Thank you.
girls. So a picture, official picture
Oh,
for
yes,
them.
yes.
And another round of claps, please, for them. Thank you.